seconds. I thought I knew how long 12 seconds was, but it turns out it's harder than it seems. In a moment, I'm going to challenge you to close your eyes and count to yourself 12 seconds. And when you're done counting, clap your hands once, loudly, to let me know you're done. Are you ready? Close your eyes and begin. Hold on. I had high hopes for you guys here at TED. I mean, it's only 12. When I first did this experiment about a year and a half ago, I thought about how much control I have over my time and how much control my time has over me. When I sit to do something fun, interesting, mind-stimulating, time flies. You know, time flies when having fun. And sadly, the opposite is also true. When I go to study, I open my textbook, and minutes feel like hours. How can I be more attuned to the passing and usage of my own time? I'd like to share with you my story about how I was raised as an Orthodox Jew, and every week, come Friday at sundown, I celebrate the Jewish Sabbath, a day where, amongst many other restrictions, I detach from all forms of electricity. No greater dichotomy exists in the Jewish world than the frantic, frenzied, fast-paced Friday afternoon to that very evening where we welcome the peaceful, serene Sabbath Queen. Friday night dinner is family time. Time to share stories, maybe drink some wine, and for once, during my crazy, busy, hectic week, just forget about what time it is. The closest I can get to leaving my shackles of time is during my time off, a sacred day of rest, a purified time that exists without the constraints of time. And when my family's sitting at the table with candles lit in the background and a fresh home-cooked meal is being served, nothing else matters. That's the power of rest. It's about realizing that all the hecticness and all the deadlines can come to an end. During the week, time controls me, limits me, binds me, but I can fight back. I can wage war with the ever-continuous ticking clock, and that war takes place on the weekend, a day above the natural world and above my self-imposed restrictions of time. No matter how you celebrate the weekend, whether it's with friends at a local bar or at home watching sports highlights, the one thing no one does on a Friday night is watch the clock. Because when I'm taking time off, I'm literally taking time off. Resting is about realizing that although I can never stop time, I can get pretty close. And I used to think that was enough. I used to think it was good enough for me to put my time on hold in order for me to use my time better. But resting is only half the journey. Now that my time is on pause, I am able to reflect. Research on time perception has shown that 2 to 3 days after an event, something fascinating happens. Remember that event that flew by? That fun one? The one we liked? That now seems and feels like the longer activity compared to the boring one that took forever. Time and memories change based on how we look back on them. When I reflect on those memories from the past week that I found most precious. Those memories that I have are what formulate my time, for without memory and without reflection, time does not exist. The decisions that I make are no longer about what will allow me to live my life longer, but rather what will allow me to live a life that I will remember, because in essence, that is the longer life. Our generation loves life. We are constantly trying to figure out how to live longer. Let's reach 100. 110, maybe one day 120. But when I reflect, I'm able to ask myself, how can I live my life just a little bit better? 5 years ago, my mother got sick. And all that were asked were questions about time. How long will she be sick for? How long will she be at the doctor for? How many days, weeks, months will she need treatment for? Hours upon hours I sat and I asked myself, should I move? Should I move there? Should I go back home to be with her for every minute of every day? And I also asked myself, what can I learn by being with her? And what I learned from you, Mom, is that it is about the quality of life we choose to lead for ourselves and the quality of the relationship we choose to have with others. Because the truth is, it's about quality of time, not just quantity. Resting and reflecting are the keys to changing my quality of life. Shabbat or the weekend allows me to use my time better the next week than I did it the week before. It allows me to turn the tables on what once was a losing battle against the clock. And by doing this, by realizing I can control how I use my time, control something so abstract, so metaphysical, so incorporeal, it inspires and motivates me to do things I never thought I could have done before. Getting the most out of our present is about using our past to create a better here and now, a present where we can realize how great we are. We plan in order to create. We plant trees so future children can breathe fresh air. Without resting and reflecting on the past, we have no present. So I invite you to join me to stop and reflect. Reflect on those moments and those memories that make you smile and strive to have more of those next week. Maybe, just maybe then, we'll be able to count to 12 together. Thank you. Thank you.